America needs to do more. America needs to expect more. This cannot be something that we just look around and say, somebody do something about this. Everyone who's listening to this, everyone who understands that there's something wrong with this, has to do something about it. There is no way that the Jim Crow laws in the U.S. would have changed if people just said, what are we doing? Why is this still happening? Why we have to do something. It only happened when people said, we're going to get together, we're going to understand the laws, we're going to challenge those laws, we're going to petition these laws, and we're going to demand that there are changes. There were sit-ins, there are protests, there are rallies, and I applaud the people that are doing all those rallies so far, but I think there should be a lot more that's done so that more pressure is put on our legal system. I thought it was a joke the way that Angela Corey, the Attorney General, spoke about the case. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, she did not at all connect with the family. Instead, the first things that she focused on was that we have a good court system, the court system did what it was supposed to do, etc. And it just sounded like, wow, so you're happy that we went through a process. Meanwhile, these parents are hurting so badly, and they are wondering, where is the justice for their son? The other thing that's really a big impact on this is that you have millions of parents of color who are saying to themselves, what do I need to tell my children in light of this? What is the guarantee that my kids are going to be protected? If a man can come after my kids, if a man can come after Trayvon Martin, shoot him, and then claim that it was self-defense, there's something wrong with that. There was a big case in 1984 where Bernard Goetz was in the train system in New York City in the subway, and he felt threatened. Bernard was convinced that he was going to be mugged because 4 black young men came to him and said, give us $5. Bernard had been mugged before, and he decided he's just going to shoot. So he shot all 4 of those men, young men. Bernard was acquitted. Even though Bernard had an illegal gun, he was acquitted because it was understood that it was self-defense. I'm amazed that George Zimmerman went after Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin, he said, supposedly hit him or fought him. And then there was a big case about Trayvon's history, who he was, what he did, etc. But the guy was innocent. George Zimmerman had no right to pursue him. Bernard Goetz, in 1984, claimed self-defense as a white man. He claimed self-defense, and he shot these 4 men, and he was acquitted. Yet, there seems to be no weight for the fact that Trayvon Martin Trayvon Martin defended himself. Trayvon Martin defended himself. And on both sides, he was not given justice. He was not given justice for defending himself. George Zimmerman was not convicted for pursuing him. 2 things went wrong. What right did Trayvon Martin have? He didn't have the right to defend himself as a black young man, and he didn't have the right to walk in peace in the neighborhood without being accosted by George Zimmerman. Yet George Zimmerman had the right to pursue him, had the right to shoot him, and then had the right to claim self-defense. If I was 17 years old right now, I would say no matter what I do, if I am faced with somebody white coming against me, my hands are tied.